like, dude, he walked up, started shaking my hand and stuff.
Why, you wanted to go?
Oh, jeez.
It's this dude that I knew from Buffalo Land that he went to Washington State. And I told him when he was like, I'm like, yeah, you're a lady when you're on. And he's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. He's going to meet another woman there. And sure enough, the next day.
Yeah, you did tell me about that, yeah.
It's been like 5 years since I yelled this across a bar, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't care.
All my transcripts are supposed to be
I think last year when I went drinking, that story came up.
Good. Rachel coming. That's the only other one I know of for sure.
Is Ryan coming?
I didn't get a hold of him. I got an answering machine.
Yeah, I just got over being sick.
Yeah, that's what Jennifer was saying.
Yeah, a year on my
Last thing I needed to do was walk around drinking and
uncle.
Not bad last time. We didn't walk very much. We walked from Corby's there down to the tent, got our wristbands and
learned a
stuff.
lesson from last year.
Oh yeah. We walked from there down to the restaurant to eat. And then we came back to the tent. And then we took the trolley over to Frank's place. And then it was just so crappy. You couldn't eat the bars or nothing. We took the trolley back to Corby's. And
It was on
left.
Friday night.
And we went to that Genie's Tavern. My brother made it. Was it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's probably because it was Friday night.
Yeah, everybody was there. So we went over there where we'd actually sit down and talk and drink.
How was
A lot better over there.
Got there this weekend or Monday. They haven't done it
Small. I mean, it's not so big.
Are we gonna go somewhere today?
Yes.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Where do you want to go?
It's nice.
But then you were asking about that cigarette. I can take.
When all over it came out.
Whose was she?
I'm not counting.
They have a sleepover?
After the stories you told us, heard me around you in the middle of the night, tired. Yeah.
Put it on vibrate, so I know.
Or turn it off. I don't even know how to do that, just the vibrate. Just turn it off.
Here, I'll show you.
Well, I got new furniture now, so everything's
Cool. Hey, set up a date. I want to
got a
do that.
couch and love seat.
Do you know for sure Rachel's coming? Push down on
Yes.
here and it'll make her up.
Oh my gosh.
It's still on vibrate.
And, yeah, it does.
You like
We're supposed to
twins?
start
No, we
something.
aren't.
Does you have
Um,
the same
Four.
same
Because I have to leave right after I'm done.
Right. Actually, why don't you go ahead and do that first, and we'll do that after yours. That'll work.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, go ahead and start up with training. Rachel already had it, didn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she just did it last night.
Yeah, Rachel. Rachel.
We'll go ahead and do the training first, and then go from there.
You really want these because we've got tons.
I've got a couple.
I don't want any, don't give me
I
any.
think I have a bunch
What
of
is that?
That's what I
Probably
think
already
too.
one.
It shows up every now and then. I try to look it up on everything.
You guys want one?
What do we have?
It's training.
I still have
A
mine.
bunch of that stuff
You want anything?
put up on the site.
Uh-huh.
I hit that History Channel.
What is
The
it?
same thing.
They've been hitting that stuff on the
Oh.
History Channel.
They got rid of it, didn't they?
Oh, it's
Custody,
stuff right there.
the
It's on
explosion and
vibrate.
all that stuff. They had a whole page worth of
Oh,
that
it
on
shows
there
up
not
on
too long ago.
Okay.
I mean, like 3 or 4 different shows that they just played it really covered.
What are those?
I don't know if it had, true crimes or something like that. That was kind of cool. The criminals that actually got away.
Brenda, what is it? You want to-
That
What is it?
monster.
Oh, I
Quest
meant
they
Lisa,
cover.
but Brenda, what biofeedback?
I've got the
What's
whole Highlander
biofeedback?
series, TV series on DVD.
It's
1 through 6.
They got another movie
I'll
coming out.
explain it.
I've already
Oh,
got it
that's
sourced.
the
With they tell you who the one is.
Okay, the first one we're gonna go through is ghost hunting rules and etiquette. And the main thing to remember when you go on a hunt is to just use your common sense and don't go alone. If you can, let somebody know where you're going, so in case you have an accident or something, they know where to find you, especially if you go someplace that's really desolate. If you can get to a place in the daylight, check it out, so you can avoid falling in any holes or anything, or sometimes you go to cemeteries, there's actually caved in graves.
Or falling over a cliff in a van.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anything
you
like
were
that.
following me.
Do not wear, really unsuitable clothing. Try to wear shoes so you don't go sliding down things. Don't wear high heels, which has happened. Especially if you're gonna
Things
be,
without traction.
running through a cemetery, you don't wanna have heels on or something you can't run in. Don't trespass on private property. And if you know you're going to be going, somewhere that's private or even a cemetery, try to let the local authorities know that you're gonna be out there so they don't come up upon you and find you there and kick you out. And if they do, make sure you always have a photo ID with you, driver's license or an ID, because, we have been stopped by police before, and they will ask for your ID. And sometimes they let us stay and sometimes they don't, but if they tell you to leave, don't get belligerent, don't get in an argument with them, just go quietly. Because, if you're on private property, then you don't really have a right to be there without permission. If you feel like you're frightened about something, then by all means leave, because there could be an entity there that could be potentially
Hello.
bad.
Nobody yet.
One thing to
You and your
remember, you have more to fear
You and your brother,
living than
guaranteed.
the dead. Sometimes you go to a desolate area, and
She's
even
not
some
here today.
cemeteries are known for drug activity, and you can go somewhere and run into drug dealers or
It's
somebody
gonna be tight, but yeah.
that's looking for trouble. But you can ask Kurt about the motorcycle gang that
I got 3
came
seats.
after them at a cemetery at one time. So sometimes it gets kind of scary, the people that we find in remote places. Don't speak ill of the dead. If you're in a
That seat won't
cemetery
go
or
back in, it was
somewhere,
bolted in,
remember
we cut it
to
out.
have respect for the dead. And don't say anything sarcastic, because sometimes certain entities have ways to get even with you. I guess at one school, we had somebody smacked at it for saying something out of line. We weren't sure if it was true or not, because he was,
It probably
Yep.
was.
yeah, God knows.
Okay, see you then.
Usually
Bye.
ghosts do not follow you home. Don't invite something to come home with you. And, usually, spirits don't follow you home. But if they do, then what you need to do is talk it over with somebody or try to get some help if you feel that something invaded your thoughts or something.
As a general rule,
But they don't.
if that does occur, they generally don't stay long and return back on their own, usually within a couple days or so. And it's more or less out of curiosity more than anything. And you'll feel the difference if there's ill intent or anything like that, you'll definitely feel it.
Number 12 is Ouija boards. They're not really evil, but the biggest thing is we don't really know what's controlling the Platon. We don't know if it's actually our subconscious or something else. And something could be lying, or else some people believe that's a portal that can let other entities into an area. Like if you bring it to a cemetery, sometimes you can bring in unwanted spirits that weren't there before, so we don't usually recommend bringing Ouija boards on anything. If you bring a cell phone to a haunted area, sometimes an entity can actually drain the power from it. So don't always, if you go to a site, don't always count on your cell phone to work because it could get drained. So you may have to, if you need help, you may actually have to leave an area to use your cell phone to get the power back up on it. If you're visiting a location that is a home to a spirit, don't do anything rude, just be polite, because actually that's their home just like your house is your home. And you won't want somebody coming to your house being rude, so like I said, just use common sense and have respect for the dead. Usually, ghosts don't possess people unless they're really weak or they kind of want to be possessed, unless it's something that might not be a ghost. And if you feel something isn't a ghost, then if you feel something an evil entity, don't deal with it. You usually can't help a ghost. They're usually tied to their locations here by something that's holding them here, like they might want to change something and they just can't. They can't leave. You can try to guide them to the other side, but you can't force them to go. until, you know, if there's something that they have to accomplish here, they're gonna stay here anyway. And, actually some ghosts just like to have attention, so they might, come to you and act like they need something or something, but sometimes it's just a way for ghosts to get attention, because they're sometimes just like a bad little kid or something. There's not really any documented cases of someone being seriously hurt by a ghost. Usually the documentation is on poltergeist and things like that, which actually is not a ghost. So, if you think you're going to get hurt, if you're scared to do something, then we just say, you know, maybe you should choose another hobby, because sometimes places you go might scare you, but on the other hand, it should be fun too. If you go on a ghost hunt with another group, we don't charge for anything. If you go on a hunt and they expect you to pay for something,